And here, we do what feels good.
We listen to our bodies.
And we're all about those good vibes.
Yeah. One thing I like to say, too, is, like, you're your own best friend.
I've recently learned about this term called productive procrastination.
Ooh. I'm going to play the clarinet. I played the clarinet in high school. That's really the only instrument I know how to play.
That's not the vibe I'm going for. But
I know, but it's going to work.
You'll be in the front corner with your little...
Yes. Alrighty.
Hi.
Okay. Hi, guys. Welcome back to
That Good Vibe Podcast.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in again another week. I mean, we just started, but...
I'm so excited to be back. It just feels really surreal, to be honest. Like, I don't think this whole thing has fully sunk in.
No,
for me
not at
yet.
all.
I'm still a little bit in the, like, preparing stages.
Oh, same.
Yeah, and it was
We're
a little
both
nuts.
just trying to figure it out.
We're just trying to figure it out, and it's a fun little ride. So I'm Megan.
I'm Jordan.
And we're really excited for you guys to be back here today.
Yeah.
Let's do a little self-care check-in.
Okay.
So last week, our little self-care challenge, yours was to do 5 days successfully of a morning routine.
Which included meditation and stretching.
And your morning podcast.
Yes.
And you're going to stretch while
watching
the podcast.
Yeah.
And then mine was to do 4 consecutive days of my 3 tasks, like checking 3 boxes off for 4 days.
Yeah. I think mine was 4 days too, actually, not 5.
I think it was.
I think it was Monday to Thursday. I think I wanted to do.
That's what it was, Monday to Thursday. Was mine 4 or 5? I can't remember. So we actually can't check in with this self-care challenge this week because we already recorded episode 1 yesterday.
Yeah, so there hasn't been much time to do 5 days.
No. For you guys, it's a whole week later, so I hope your week was lovely and wonderful. But for us, it was 24 hours.
Yeah.
So we will catch up with the self-care challenge from last week's episode and this week's episode on episode number 3, which will be out next week.
Yeah.
And you guys can keep us accountable. We'll definitely have to get those challenges done.
Oh, for sure. We will. We will.
2 weeks to get that done?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're doing it for ourselves, for each other, and for you guys to make sure that we stay on top of things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's our little self-care update.
Yeah. Do you want to give us your weekly favorite of something or anything?
I have it written down because, you know, I have a squirrel brain and like
We
things
know.
just go poof.
Yeah.
So easy. So I have 2 favorites this week. My first favorite is my slow mornings.
Oh.
I've just been like, my boyfriend gets up to go to work and I fall back asleep with Chewy in bed with me. And we wake up between like 8:30 and 9. We go for our morning walk. I make a cup of coffee. And then I've been reading my book on the balcony, which has just been so blissful. It's such a nice way to start my morning.
Oh,
so
for sure.
That's definitely been my favorite. My second favorite is a product that I recently just bought. And it is
Do tell.
Liquid IV.
Oh, yes. She was showing me yesterday.
Love Liquid IV. So it originally was only available in the States, but recently Health Canada has approved it to be in Canada. So I purchased it at Costco. Gotta
love
Costco. Costco. Oh, the free samples are the best.
I haven't been there in a while. You need to take me.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll have a free sample day. We'll just go there for the samples.
Yes, thank
it's
God.
the best. So Liquid IV. If you, it's a, what is the word I'm looking for? Electrolyte. It's an electrolyte drink, and drink it before you're going to consume alcohol or have like a hard night or go for a hard workout or whatever. No hangover.
We love that.
Love it.
Yeah.
So those are my faves. What are your faves?
Okay, I have one, I guess, and it has been my favorite for a while, but I'm doing it today, so that's why I wanted to bring it up today. But it's super simple. I love mix and matching different types of jewelry, like gold and silver.
Oh,
so because I
noticed your little vibe today.
Right? So we got on a silver bracelet and a gold ring and a gold and silver ring and then a gold necklace, and I just think it all looks so good together. And I guess it was my mom when I was like, younger that was like, no, you got to have gold, everything gold or everything silver. Like it cannot be mixed matched together. And I'm like, no.
We can mix match around
together.
here.
Jewelry looks good. All like any type of jewelry together. So
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm totally a gold girly.
I love my gold too.
I just think gold is chef's kiss.
Oh, and it's like, it just looks so fancy, I guess. Expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I do really love your necklace though.
Thanks.
It's just a simple, nice
little
dainty necklace.
Like 3 of these types of jewelries I'm wearing are Amazon.
Same with my rings.
Yeah.
I love them.
And
but they're definitely fake. They're fake gold and they make my fingers green.
Oh, okay.
But who cares?
But that's what I was gonna say is like I found a lot of jewelry on Amazon that won't tarnish. Like this ring, the bracelet.
You need to send me that link.
The necklace.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'll put it below for everyone else too because everyone needs to know.
Yeah, we don't like jewelry that makes our fingers green.
No,
it's the worst.
I want to wear my jewelry in the shower. That's my thing. I don't want to take my jewelry off.
I really, really want. So my birthday's coming up. Actually, both of our birthdays are coming up. We're September babies. So we have fun episodes for that. But I really want to buy myself a real gold necklace, kind of similar to that, but more like chain-like. Like
okay, yeah.
You guys can't quite see my ring, but it's like little chunky chains, but real gold. But holy Toledo, is that expensive?
Yeah.
So
Amazon, baby.
Yeah, definitely gonna take a look at Amazon. So those are our weekly faves.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else before we jump into today's topic?
I have a funny little story. Like right before I came over to Megan's, I went down. I put a load of laundry in, and I went downstairs to go check on it. And I opened the door, and I find Luna in.
Luna is her cat for reference.
Yes, Luna is my little kitty, my little white perfect little baby. So she was in our salamander's cage, sitting there watching this guy, and like the little salamander, his name's Randall. My boyfriend brought him home from work, found him outside, and brought it home. And Luna was just in there chilling with him. And Luna,
like in the terrarium thing,
her feet were all muddy and gross and dirty, and she's just sitting there hanging out. And I was like, oh, I was mad.
She's thinking, you sure look tasty. You should look like a fun toy to play with.
And I don't know how long she was in there for. Usually I lock the laundry room too, which I think I was just down there, so I didn't lock it. And then time had passed. I had a client. And so I don't even know. She might have been in there for an hour or 5 minutes.
Good thing she didn't eat him.
Thank God.
Because your boyfriend would probably be really upset.
He would have been.
And you'd have to go find a new Randall to bring home.
Yeah.
Or you'd have to go to the pet store and buy a Randall and pretend.
My mom said the other day I should just let him outside. And oops, where'd Randall go? Oh no, he's lost.
I don't know.
He ran away.
Randall needed to be free. So funny. I love that story. That's hilarious. Luna cracks me up every time I see her. She's just the funniest little kitty.
Yeah, she's pretty crazy.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about healthy habits. We are going to share the habits that we are really good at and we want to continue to keep up with them. We are going to share some habits that we're trying to be better. We do them, but they need to be better.
We're struggling.
Yeah, some habits are real hard. And then we're also going to share some habits that we want to add into our daily, weekly, monthly routines.
Yeah.
Obviously, adding routines is really, really fucking hard. It is so hard to add a new...
It's so hard. Well,
but we're going to try. We're going to do our best.
Exactly. And like the one thing I was going to say with when you're creating a new habit, start small. Don't say, oh, I need to work out for an hour 5 times a week. Like, no.
When you have never worked out in your life, not going to work.
Start with maybe like 10 to 15 minutes on the treadmill and call her a day. And then keep just slowly increasing it. It doesn't have to be like this huge thing that you have to accomplish. Like,
you have to give yourself the baby wins. And that's what makes habits easy.
Yeah.
And then have you ever heard of habit stacking?
No. So
you brush your teeth every day. It's just one of those habits that we all do. Now, if you want to listen to an audiobook and you're really struggling to find time to listen to audiobooks, why not press play on that audiobook while you're brushing your teeth?
Oh, I see.
So you're already doing a task, and then now you're just taking another task and you're habit stacking it on top.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
I feel like just every day you kind of just have to be 1% better than what you did yesterday. Like, just slowly increase it. It doesn't have to be something huge.
Yes.
At all.
Okay.
And I was just going to say, too, when you have a slip up, it's okay. We're not perfect.
It's totally fine.
Like, all you want to do is be consistent with it, not perfect.
There's no such thing as perfection out there. And I feel like we're always, every conversation we have, going to be looping back to the same things.
Right.
You guys will find a lot of similarities in the things that we talk about, but there's no such thing as perfection, and social media makes it seem like people have perfect little lives. They know what the hell they're doing. They've got everything put together, but you don't know the things that that person's struggling with in order to show up online.
Yeah.
So just remember that you're a human. We're humans. I cry at night sometimes because I don't get things done in a day. And I'm sure you do too. And it's just like, that's just what you do. It's hard, but you have to stand up and be like, but you know what? I walked on the treadmill for 10 minutes today. That was the only thing I did. And I'm going to congratulate the shit out of myself for that.
Exactly.
I have a little sticky note in my car from like 5 or 6 years ago. It's all sun bleached. It's like, it looks terrible, but it says, I choose to celebrate myself.
Wow.
Because if you don't celebrate the littlest tiny of things that you do in a day, no one else is going to celebrate that for you.
So true.
No one else cares that you walked on the treadmill for 10 minutes or brushed your hair or got out of bed.
One thing I like to say too is like, you're your own best friend.
Legit. Like, you are.
You have to take care of yourself, and you have to be there for yourself, and just treat yourself like a best friend would treat you. Or, you know what I mean?
Because something I would say such the meanest things to myself or put such high expectations on myself.
Oh, we've talked about this before.
Like, the expectations you put on yourself are just absolutely ridiculous. But then if I'm to have a conversation with you, I would not put any expectations.
Yeah, exactly.
I would never say anything hurtful.
Yeah.
So you need to start, and we need to start talking to ourselves as though you're talking to your best friend.
Yeah. Like, if I probably would hear some of the things that you've said to yourself, I would have been like, what the fuck?
Rude.
Yeah. Please don't say that. Like,
friends off.
Holy.
Anyways, okay, so we'll get into some of the habits that we currently do. Do you want to go, or do you want me to start?
I can go.
Okay, you say one, I say one.
Okay, let me give you a solid habit that I've been doing really well.
Okay.
I am very good at writing things down in my budget. Not saying that I'm good at my budget. I love to spend money. I love to go for patio drinks. Like, these are like some things that aren't in my budget, but I write everything down. Anytime,
like every dollar?
Every dollar. Anytime I spend money, it's in my budget. And we can even link this below. Like, I made my own budget in Google Sheets.
Yes.
And I can let you guys use it if you want to, because it's just nice to see every month, like at the end of month,
hello brain. Come on. Click, click, click.
At the end of every month, it's nice to see what I spent my money on and how I can improve next month.
And yet there's no improvement.
No.
So that's
eventually
there will be. And that's something, we love budgeting. We love writing down. I'm very similar in that way. And I love that you do that. However, one thing we do need to work on and call each other out on is this impulse buying. It's totally fine to go out for patio drinks. It's totally fine to buy the book on Amazon. I bought a $40 planner.
I was just about to bring that up.
Did I need this planner? No.
You needed a planner, not a $40 one.
Girl, I went to Indigo, and $40 is the minimum price.
As soon as you told me that you were going to Chapters to buy a planner, I was like,
no, don't go there.
I was about to be like, okay, so she's spending $50 on a planner.
Yeah, it's a beautiful planner.
And she had just told me like maybe an hour before that she was on a no spending budget.
Yeah, not good. So clearly the financial area, we're not ever going to have full topics, but you'll hear us talk about it and call each other out.
Oh, for sure.
Because this needs to stop. Okay, I love that. You write everything down in your budget.
Yeah.
In your budget book.
Mm-hmm.
That's just lovely. So one of my habits that I'm very proud of and I do consistently is I get a solid 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single night of good, deep, solid sleep.
Yeah.
I have to put this down to, first of all, I have a sleepy time tea before I go to bed. A little melatonin, some magnesium is also really helpful to trigger the natural melatonin in your body in order to help you fall asleep.
Yeah.
And I sleep with an eye mask to block out all of those little tiny lights that are in your room.
Yeah, that's
I have
nice.
a nightlight in my bathroom that shines on my face when I'm sleeping. So my eye mask, I sleep like a goddamn princess.
Yeah, that's
every
awesome.
night. It's the greatest. People are like, how do you, I'm like, sleep is probably one of my most important parts of my life that I will not give up on.
Oh, same.
I'll nap if I have to. I'll go to bed at 8:30 if I have to. It's great.
I love going to bed at 8:30. I'm such a grandma. I love going to bed early. My boyfriend will make fun of me for this, but it's fine. He goes to bed late and gets up early, and I don't know how. I will go to bed early and wake up late.
Same. But you know what? I will have to do some more research on this, but I do remember either reading an article or listening to a podcast that it's scientifically proven that women need more hours of sleep than men.
I could see that.
Because we have so many crazy hormones going throughout our body.
We need sleep.
Especially when it's your time of the month. Do you need sleep?
For sure.
Because my brain is just like, not functioning ever.
No, brain no worky.
So that's one of my good solid habits is my sleep.
Okay. I feel like we already know that I'm a very organized person already. I have lists on lists of stuff on my Google Keep, and it's nice I use my Google Keep because I can go on my iPad, my
Google
phone.
Keep.
Yeah, it's basically like your notes app on your Apple phone, but I can go on my
Google.
Yeah, it's with Google, and I can go on my computer and use it, and it's really nice. But so I have a ton of notes on there. And just like the most randomest stuff that I just like would like to keep in my head, but my head's already too full of other information.
And you literally will forget if you don't write. Or the thought will consume you and just be on a repeat loop all the time until it's out of your brain.
So some of the lists that I have is like shows that I've watched before that I really liked, or like upcoming shows.
Okay, love.
Like premieres. I'll put like premiere dates on there to like keep track. Yeah. I will have what I eat in a day. I like to keep track of my calories and protein intake. Usually this was more when I was working out and weight training more, because you need more protein and less calories if you want to lose some weight but still have muscle. So I was like keeping track of what I was eating and how many calories and everything. And another notes I have would be meals I like. A workout routine I have in the gym.
Oh yeah, the ones that you like, so that when you're like not feeling like working out.
Well, and that's the thing is like I also have like a motivational quote in there and like just stuff that I
love.
Like know and just like to-do notes, like stuff that I need to do in general, or I actually have like a habits notes, morning habits that I like getting done. I have notes for everything, and I love that. It. Also, I'll have notes for baby names I like, or on all of your accounts have like sometimes different passwords, and like I have like 5 different emails, so I have like a notes thing for that.
Because some passwords are like you need a capital letter, a number, and a character, and a this and a that, and it's like, how am I supposed to remember all this?
Yeah.
I have a notes for my passwords too.
Yeah.
Now, are you a digital girly or are you a paper and pen kind of girly?
I like both. For the most part, I'm digital because I can like just take out my phone and pick up just easily write it in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like writing stuff down. Like if am feeling overwhelmed with stuff, or like say my to-do list, I will write it out and that just makes me feel a little bit more organized.
It also helps you make decisions on what's important and what's not important.
That's true.
Because when you have to actually write it down, you're like, is this task a super important task? Obviously, just to list in your phone, it's like, oh, you can just glance at it and whatever. But when it's physically written down, it feels different.
Or a lot of the times, like, I know if I go into my phone and I have a notification, I will look at it, get distracted, look at something else, go on Instagram, go on TikTok.
I've had to turn off every single notification on my phone.
Okay.
Everything.
That's good. Okay.
Because I will get so distracted.
Yeah. You need to do that sometimes.
Someone likes your Instagram photo. Oh, all of a sudden, 2 hours later, I've been scrolling on Instagram. So let's just get rid of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Yeah. What's your next one?
My next one is every Sunday, I plan my weekly meals. I mostly focus on suppers because breakfast, I do my own thing. Lunches are always leftover supper from the day before. And then suppers are always like a home cooked meal.
Yeah.
Enough for supper and lunch for me and my boyfriend. And he is always like, I want low carb, high protein, lots of vegetables, try to be as healthy as possible. So I love doing that. And recently I've just been loving cooking. It is so fun to be in the kitchen and
so relaxing.
Yes. I throw on a YouTube video, a podcast, some music, some whatever. It's freaking great. So I plan, budget, pick out the grocery list, and I do the grocery shopping because I'm kind of a control freak. And when we go grocery shopping together, he just pushes the cart because I'm like, no, just don't touch anything. He's like, how about I just don't come anymore? I'm like, perfect. Okay. Just give me your credit card. Thanks. Bye. Why is there a H&M purchase on there? I couldn't tell you, honey. No.
I wish I was like that though. That had I planned out my meals very good. And
if I don't, it's Uber Eats or McDonald's, or we're going out to eat, and then you're spending so much more and you're not eating like high quality foods.
Totally.
So that's kind of why I was like, we need to be better. But I leave Friday, Saturday open. Like I don't plan meals for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Maybe I should to prevent us from going out.
Yeah, maybe you should.
I think we can try.
I get overwhelmed. Like, do you have a list of foods that you guys like to eat? Like meals?
So speaking of notes and lists, I have a recipe folder in my Google where I keep all of my like favorite recipes that I like. I have a recipe book, like a paper copy in my pantry that I'll pull out sometimes. We did do HelloFresh for a while, and that was like really awesome. So we have the HelloFresh like recipe things.
That's good to find new recipes. That's for sure.
You you have to have like your solid ones that you like. And it's like, if you eat that once a week, then you're like, I'm happy, but don't just eat the same 4 meals every time. And also boring. I can't eat, if I have to eat the same meal at supper and then the same meal at lunch the next day, I cannot eat that same thing for supper.
Oh, hell no.
Some people prep food like that, and I'm like, how?
No. I wish I was one of those people that like spent all of Sunday making meals for the week. And
I tried to do that. It takes so much goddamn time.
Yeah. That's why I just haven't even gotten into it.
I'll cook one meal and then I'm like, I'm done. I don't even want to clean up. Okay, that's mine.
Sweet. I love that. Another habit I do really well is I get together with old friends.
You're so good at that.
So I have a list.
Another list.
On my phone.
List, girly.
On the Google Keep. Of all the friends that I love hanging out with. And so I'll go through that list when I have free days and I want to hang out with someone and do something. And I'll pick someone maybe that I haven't seen in a while and ask them to do something.
That's so is it just friends, or is it friends and family?
There's family on there too, like some of my cousins. Yep.
Yeah. That's so wonderful. I sit there and I'm like, wow, I haven't seen my grandma in like 4 months. I should probably call her.
Yeah, you should.
And then it's not on my list of things to do. So then the thought just goes poof.
Yeah. You got to put it on your list.
That kind of transitions me into one of mine that I would really love to work on, which is scheduling time for my friends and family. I'm really good with like the 2 to 3 friends that I have in my circle of seeing constantly, talking to every day or every other day, and like making an effort. But when it comes to like the more extended friends that I would like to spend time with and my family, I definitely really struggle with that.
Start making a list.
That's really smart. Start making a list.
I will put hearts beside the girls that I have seen recently. And so I can just, when I go to look at the list, I can skip over them and be like, oh yeah, like I just saw them. So I don't really need to, hang out with them a week later again.
That's
I can
really smart.
maybe hang out with someone I haven't seen in a while.
That's so smart.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely going to try that. I got to check off the ones I talked about. Okay, I'm going to talk about a habit that I somewhat kind of do, but I definitely need to be a lot better at doing. And this is listening to my body.
Oh, yes.
So obviously I'm really good at the sleep portion of it, and drinking water. I've drank a lot of great water. Eating healthier foods. I'd say I'm 80 to 90% pretty good at that. That's not an area. The biggest area of listening to my body is working out, moving my body, sweating. I don't know if you saw my story, but I did a little treadmill workout.
I did before. On the elevator up here. I looked at it. Good for you.
And I feel amazing.
Yeah.
Like my brain feels so clear.
Yeah.
And my muscles don't feel like they're bricks in my body because they're so stiff. It just, every single time I move my body and listen to my body saying, you need to move, I'm like, wow, I feel so great. But it's one of those things that I'm like, do I really want to put a sports bra on and like
get there,
go down there? Like, I have a gym in my building. I have no excuse.
No.
It's just my ego's getting in the way. So that is one of the habits that I would love to continue to show up here saying, guess what, guys? I did it.
Yeah.
I did it. My goal is 4 times a week to move my body. And I already do yoga with my mom once a week. So so I have 3.
Yeah. Yeah. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. And walking my dog does not count as a workout.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's for him.
Yeah.
It's not really for me. So that's what I need to work on.
Okay. I have one more that I do really well. It's just super simple. I love to get outside and get some fresh air. And I make sure I do that every day.
You do that.
I have a nice little patio in the back. A little deck that I have some chairs and a lounge chair that I sit on. And it's honestly just so refreshing. Like feeling the fresh air, the sun on my face, listening to the birds chirp. Like it's a whole
it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
It's a freaking, just to sit outside is like, oh my God, oxygen.
Yeah.
What is this?
Like
not saying there's not oxygen in your house, but like
breathing in that fresh air, there's nothing better.
It's the greatest. Okay. What do you do in the winter? Do you still like step outside for a second?
I'll open some windows just to get some fresh air in. And like, I mean, like it will get cold, but I like to stand there and like literally just breathe in the fresh air for a couple of minutes and then close the window and go about my day. Like it just makes my brain feel so clear, and it just, I know it's good for my body to breathe in that fresh air.
So you need a dog to go for a walk.
Oh, I cannot wait for the day.
It'll happen.
Our backyard right now isn't fenced in, and so that's why I'm kind of waiting until we get a new place, and hopefully that's going to be fenced in. If not, my boyfriend will build a fence, so that's no problem.
Handyman.
Yeah. I can't wait. I will go on
you'll be outside all the time.
Every day.
And then me and you can walk together.
Yeah.
With our little puppers.
On doggy dates.
Aw. That's so cute. Okay. So cute. But we're not allowed to buy coffee because we're not allowed to spend money.
No, absolutely not.
It can't be like a bougie
we'll go
walk
for a
every
drink
time.
later.
So patio drinks now? Yeah. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. I'm going to kind of go over 2 here because we've already like briefly chatted about them. But the one habit that I do want to work on is the working out 4 times a week. We've already kind of discussed that already. And then the other one that we've already discussed is saying no to the impulse purchases. Obviously, like I said, I just bought a planner with, I gave myself the excuse of, now we have this podcast, I need to edit, I have my personal channel, I have all these goals and habits that I really, really want to achieve.
It is a good planner. Like it has like you can have like a whole checklist of what to do at the beginning of the month. You can write down goals. Like,
and it's things like, so I'm going camping in a couple of weeks, and there's a lot of things that have to be done prior to camping. So when I wrote that down on there, I went back to the previous week. I'm like, what do I need to do 1 week before I go camping? Well, I need to check to make sure I have everything. So I literally put the week before, check to make sure you have all your camping stuff, because it's those types of little tasks that you kind of forget to do.
Yeah.
And then I can include in that planner, call your family. Hang out with a friend.
Yeah.
So the no impulse buying, this planner was an impulse for sure, but I did justify it. And from here on out, I'm going to try and not impulse buy stuff.
We'll see how that works out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I just have one habit that I really want to work on, and that's journaling.
Yes.
I used to love journaling. I used to journal about what happened in that day or what was exciting coming up. And then I got into finding journal prompts on Pinterest.
Yep.
Which were like, what are 3 positive things you want to get done today? Or what are 3 things you love about yourself? Like just the simplest stuff. But it was just nice to write something down, since I don't write all my like lists down and stuff. Like journaling.
It's something other than lists and to-dos. It's taking you out of your head and more into your heart and soul.
Exactly. Yes.
And journaling can help you manifest things.
Oh yeah.
Like I look back at my journals from like 2016 and I'm like, oh my God, I'm literally living the life that 2016-year-old version of me wanted.
Yeah.
And it's so crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I haven't journaled in a while. Probably months actually. Well, and it's summertime too, so honestly all my habits have just been out the door.
Out the window.
Yeah.
But we're going to set ourselves up so that next summer our habits and our self-care and all these things are still priority on top of hanging out with friends and going to the beach and we can have it all. We can do it all. We can. So all of yours kind of just link with mine a little bit. I like it though. But I think I mentioned last episode that I haven't meditated in like almost 2 years. Maybe once or twice, 3 times in that time. But I was an avid meditator for a very long time and journaler. I literally journaled every single morning.
Did you journal about like what was happening that day, or
about what I was feeling?
Yeah.
About my relationship. It was mostly about my relationship at that time. I would be like, I really want to have this type of success over here. I have this really cool creative idea. I'm really excited about a trip that we have coming up. And I would just kind of talk about those. And then at the end, I always wrote down 3 things I was grateful for in that moment.
Oh, nice.
And it was always like the same things, like my cup of coffee, my cats at the time, the fact that I can journal. Because like not a lot of people can do that. So let's be grateful that we even have paper and pen and simple things, you know?
It's the littlest things.
So I would like to get back into my journaling and meditating, and I would like to do that 3 times a week, I think.
Nice.
But I'm not expecting myself to do that in the next week because we're doing a lot right now. So I'm trying to give myself grace in this area.
Yes.
But that is a task that a habit that I definitely want to include in my life again because it makes me feel good. Yeah. And here we do what feels good.
We listen to our bodies.
And we're all about those good vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of my habits. Okay, do you have any more that you want to...
I don't think so. That was all I kind of had written down.
Okay, well, I do have a couple more written down, so I'll just quickly go off on those. I am so much better now at doing my hair and makeup before I leave the house. So when I was like young 20s, oh boy, technical difficulties over here.
I had to stretch.
That's okay. Do you need your iPad?
No.
You don't need it anymore?
I'm just going to leave it on the floor.
When I was like young teenager into my 20s, I never really cared about what I looked like when I went into public. I would walk into Walmart with like the grungiest sweatpants, just hair in a disgusting bun.
No care in the world.
Not a care in the world, because I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But now when I do my hair and makeup and put a little accessories on and wear a nice outfit and put on the nice shoes, even if it is going to Walmart, I'm like, damn, I look good and I feel good and my confidence is up. And I just think to myself, when I was 19 and saw girls like that, I'm like, wow, how does she do it? She looks so amazing. I'm like, it's really not that hard.
No, yeah.
To put yourself together every day.
That's like, I've done that for a long time. I think is my mom has always said this too, is when I don't look good, I don't feel good. And
for real.
Yeah. And it's so true. Because when you look good, like when we used to work at the office and I would dress up a little bit, I felt like I could be very productive that day and focused and get shit done. Whereas like a lot of times too, we would just wear like leggings and a big hoodie because nobody
You're just
really
sitting
cared.
there. It's like whatever.
And those days I would definitely be very sluggish, and I
was
was like,
also
whatever.
When you get home, you're like, I don't really want to do anything after because I'm already practically in my PJs.
Yeah, like there's my bed.
I'm just gonna go sit in there and scroll on TikTok for 6 hours. Yeah. So that's a habit that I'm really good at. Oops. And then one last thing I would love to seriously work on is I've recently learned about this term called productive procrastination.
Ooh.
So basically what that is you have something that's due. Let's use an example of editing a video. You got to edit a video. However, the dog needs to go out, the bed sheets need to be made, dinner needs to be cooked, the dishwasher needs to be unloaded, the floors are kind of super gross. So productive procrastination is choosing those tasks over editing the video. Because in your mind, you're like, yeah, but cleaning the floors is still just as important. But in reality, what's important right now? Like right in this moment, what needs to get done and what can wait? What can you delegate to someone else that is in your house? So by saying to yourself, you know what? I'm going to go edit for 2 hours and then I'm going to take a 15-minute break. I'm going to vacuum the floors and then I'm going to go back for another 2 hours and edit again. And you still get all the stuff done. And even if the floors don't get vacuumed, you can do that tomorrow. But the video is due the next day, so you can't put that off. So that's one thing I'm really, really bad at is productive procrastination.
I guess for me, I feel like I can't think when the sink is full of dishes and there's clothes everywhere and like the house is a mess.
I'm kind of similar in that way too, but I am starting to reframe that thought to this is what it's linked to is productive. Is like, can I not think when there's clothes on the bed and my task is not even in that room?
Yeah, exactly. Because you
just
can shut
the door and focus on the task that needs to be done.
Yeah.
And then you can do it later.
Yeah. Even if the room was messy and stuff, like just don't even look at it. Just, you have to look at your computer and get this done first. So just don't turn your head.
There's a book out there. I don't know if you've ever read it, but it's called Eat That Frog.
Oh, I haven't heard about that.
It's a really short book. It's really, really awesome. It's a great like beginner self-help, self-improvement type book. And basically it talks about you learn how to prioritize all your tasks in a day, and then you pick the hardest, most uncomfortable task that you really, really don't want to do that day. You like kind of enjoy it because you know that it has to get done, but you're like, I'd so rather do everything else, and you do that task first.
And get it
then
over
that's
with.
it. The hardest, literally the hardest part of the whole day, done. And then even if you got nothing else done that day, you're like, well, I did my hardest task today, so.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Win, win, win.
Pat on your back.
Yeah. So I'm currently listening to an audiobook called Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. He's like, what is it? Oh my gosh. Some European country. He has this really thick accent when he's reading. Oh, really? It's like, it's kind of distracting at times. I will tell you that. But it's really fun. So I just finished. If you guys have read the book, then you'll already know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, here's a little spoiler synopsis of the book. So in his chapter 3, it's called I'm Wired to Win. So basically what this is saying is that your subconscious brain is already running before your conscious brain is running.
Oh.
So before you can even decide what it is that you're going to be doing in a day, your subconscious brain has already decided what those tasks are and how they need to be completed. So when I talk about productive procrastination, every single time you do that, you're telling your brain, hey, we won. We did it. We did the thing that we've always done before. So we're good. We've won. Because your subconscious doesn't like to be uncomfortable.
No, not at all.
Every time you're not uncomfortable and you do the same habits, good or bad, over and over and over again, your subconscious is telling your brain, good job, win. You did A to B just like we've always done. And that's why sometimes when you're scrolling on your phone, you stay up too late, or texting an old friend that you know you shouldn't be texting anymore, you feel bad because that's your conscious. That's your conscience telling you, and your soul being like, we don't want to be that person anymore.
Yeah.
We want to try and grow past this. But your subconscious brain's like, nope, you did good.
Yeah.
So you have to learn to change that terminology in your brain. Every time you tell people, oh, I always just procrastinate tasks. It's just who I am. Like, I always wait till last minute to get things done. They get done, but I always wait till last minute. You are actually telling your brain, yep, that's who we are. So when you do those behaviors, you did it. So we have to stop telling ourselves certain things. You literally cannot say some words that I am kind of lazy. No, you're not. Nope. You don't say those words anymore. So is there something that you say to yourself and to other people that you would like to try to reel that terminology back and not be that kind of person anymore?
Oh my gosh,
Can
that's
you think?
a deep question.
I know, right?
You're throwing me on the spot here because, I can't even
I know you
think
weren't really
now.
prepared for that. I wasn't prepared to ask the question, but I feel like it's a good conversation. Mine would be procrastination, but as well as like a people pleasing, is I still tell myself like, oh, I'm such a people pleaser. But I've been doing really, really good over the past couple of years of changing that habit. So now I need to stop using that verbiage and actually saying to myself and other people that I have people pleasing tendencies and I am a people pleaser. No, we don't say that anymore.
Yeah.
You can say things like, I choose myself. I choose what makes me happy. And if that happens to be putting someone else before you in a specific scenario, well, then that's the situation. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm a people pleaser, so I have to put my friends first and my family first. No, you can say, I choose what makes me happy. And what makes me happy is taking my friend out for drinks.
Yeah.
You just change that terminology.
Should we go for drinks later?
Jordan's
kidding.
like, let's go for drinks. That's all she's thinking about. So
it's Thursday. Come on.
Thirsty Thursday. So that's my little... can you think of one?
No, I couldn't.
Okay, that's okay. If you can, then just blurt her out.
I will.
Okay. So those are our healthy habits and habits we want to work on.
Yeah.
It's growth over here. Just getting uncomfortable so we can grow.
Yes.
I don't like it, but we got to do it.
I know, and that's the thing. Like, you have to be uncomfortable to grow.
To grow. You do. Literally. Like, it's a scientific fact.
It sucks so much. It really does. But it's just a hump you have to get over. Yeah. And then things are going to be so good on the other side. And you're going to feel so good about yourself. And you're going to be able to conquer anything.
Don't expect yourself to just change in like a day, a week, a month.
Oh, no, not at all.
It's going to take time. You got to give yourself grace. And that's why journaling is really good, because then you can go back a year from now and read, wow, look how much I did grow. Because growth is meant to be such little tiny itty bitty things that happen just throughout your life. And sometimes you don't even know that you're growing. And then you look at a journal and you're like, I'm a whole different person than I was last year. So journal, get uncomfortable, healthy habits.
Get over the hump.
Are you ready to play a card game?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. We're not really strangers. The best card game ever.
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
This says, what do you think my go-to karaoke song is? But I'll just say I'm never doing karaoke ever again. I've done it once and I hated the way I sounded. I don't think I can sing. It was not fun being in front of a bunch of people.
It was mortifying.
Yeah.
There was no growth coming out of that.
No,
uncomfortable.
absolutely not. But
I'll sing to myself in the car.
Yeah. Oh, I was blasting on the way over here. I was singing my heart out.
Okay, what song would
Not
I want to karaoke to? Obviously, like Bejeweled by Taylor Swift.
No, this is asking, like, what do you think my go-to karaoke?
Okay. Calm down, Megan. I'm trying to sing this song in my head. Let's go, girls.
Oh my God, I would totally do that.
I know, some good old classic Shania Twain.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's what you would karaoke
I'm not doing that, FYI, but in your dreams.
Maybe I'll dream about you later tonight when I get my 9 hours of sleep.
Yeah. Oh, wow. We'll see you there.
Sounds good. Okay.
Well,
besides, no, pick a different one. The one that I pick.
I was going to say anything Taylor Swift.
It would probably be like, honestly, if someone's like, hey, we're gonna go to a Taylor Swift themed karaoke, I would drop everything to do it.
She would.
It would be the greatest. Okay. As a child, what do you think I wanted to be when I grew up?
I feel like I know this, but I can't remember.
Uh-oh. I think we've talked about this before in the past.
I think we have. Shitballs.
Shitballs?
Yeah.
What is that?
No, it's not.
I'm like,
no, it's just a phrase. It's just like, oh shit. But I just said shitballs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm like,
not a job.
I'm like, what kind of job is that?
I was trying to think and I couldn't think, and so I said shitballs. Like, I'm still trying to think over here. Maybe like a vet.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely wanted to be a vet, and I also wanted to save the puffins. Because last time we talked about this, you were like, what the fuck is a puffin?
Yeah.
And I had to show her. It's a bird.
It's so cute.
It's a bird in like Iceland and Greenland, and they were super endangered. They're better now.
Yeah.
But I wanted to save the puffins.
And I was gonna think, I was thinking of something super random because I knew that's what you had mentioned before, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say last time for you? Oh, it was like an equestrian, like horse person or vet or something. Honestly, every little girl wants to take care of animals.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. But what did you?
I wanted to be a hairdresser.
Yes. But you're still in like a similar field. You're still in like the beauty esthetician type field. Yeah. So that works. Yeah.
Okay, let me pick another one.
Level 2.
If you have, when was the moment you realized you weren't invincible?
Honestly, this could probably go back all the way to when I was like really little. Like when your memories are kind of like black and white and you kind of remember your childhood, but you like don't quite remember. I just always remember being told, like, be quiet, sit down, like don't use that much glitter. There's no need to go over the top. Like not everything needs to be like glitter on top of glitter on top of glitter. So I'd say I didn't feel invincible from a very small age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And last episode we talked about how I have to try and overcome that fear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still because that childhood version of me needs to learn that she can be loud and obnoxious and go above and beyond with the glitter and be a little too much. Because for some people out there, I'm just enough. And for myself, I'm enough. So if I'm too much for anybody ever,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No.
But that little girl was always told, no, too much. Be quiet.
Simmer down, Megan.
Like calm down.
Yeah.
My smiles as a kid were these like huge smiles. Like my cheeks were so big, and everyone's like, "Why are you smiling so big?" Like what? So, That's when I would feel insignificant. It's hard sometimes when you're reflecting back on your life, especially these areas where it's like, when did I not feel good enough? When did I feel like my feelings got hurt?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to think about those things.
No.
You're like, ooh, that hurts. It stings. It burns to it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to sit there and put yourself in that situation and say to that smaller, younger version of yourself, like, hey, it's okay. I know this really hurts and I know this really, really sucks right now, but I got you.
Yeah.
And when you're my age, you're going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But 8-year-old you has no idea that 26 and 29-year-old you are going to be just fine.
Yeah. I want to say mine would be maybe when I was starting to be interested in boys and I would get rejected.
Damn boys.
Yeah.
Those 13-year-old boys.
And I just, did not feel good about myself and was comparing myself to other girls. When I was younger and not getting the love I wanted or the attention I wanted from boys specifically, which
that
sucked.
also comes with like the societal pressure of relationships with a boy and a girl, and it's like it doesn't matter.
No.
Again, if I could go back to the 14-year-old version of myself, it'd be like, boys suck. Don't give any attention to them.
Because they would be the ones that just made me not feel good about myself or not good enough.
Yeah. Or they'd be like, I don't want to date you, and then date someone that looks very similar to you. And you're like, but what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
It's just the weird psychological things that we have to deal with. And that sucks. Because it's those things that stick with you until you're this age now.
Oh, for sure.
Like the one comment that one person says about your hair or the shirt or whatever, you're like, well, now I can never wear my hair like that because of that one comment.
And you'll remember that forever.
Yeah, it sucks.
That person said that.
It sucks.
People suck.
Sometimes people do really suck, but sometimes they're awesome, like you.
Oh, like you too? Wow.
Okay, here's mine. Ooh, this is another deep one.
Okay.
What is the most pain you've ever felt that wasn't physical? You can this is like the safest place to be. It's nothing but love here.
I just can't think of specifically like anything when I was a child, like a younger Jordan. I guess maybe something recently that made me feel that way. It could be
at any point in your life.
Which I was trying to think of something deeper. But this was very hard on me when my grandma passed away, my mom's mom. Me and her were very close. And she was struggling for a long time, so it wasn't something sudden, but it still hurt like very much. And just the fact of losing someone and them not being on this earth anymore. I can't go to her for anything anymore. And of course, like, yes, I can talk to her as if she is here, but she's never going to respond. So that was a very hard time for me to let her go.
Yeah.
Death
is so hard.
And it's like good people should live forever. Like even pets should live forever. Anything good should live forever, and it's very hard to let that go. Yeah.
Especially when it's someone that you're close with and you know it's inevitable that it has to happen. This is the way of life. Right. But you're like, selfishly, you're like, I want you to stay with me though. Like I need to keep talking to you. And she's always there in your heart and spirit.
Oh,
and
for sure.
You can hear her voice in your head when you talk, and you're like, I know what grandma would say.
Totally. I always think that. I always think that.
Yeah.
She had the best heart ever, and her last name was Hart. So I'll just put that out there.
Oh, that's so sweet.
The sweetest human ever. Love you, Grandma.
That's so sweet. She's the grandma that you guys did her birthday at the Sask Hotel, right?
Yes, we did.
The big glammy birthday.
It was her 80th birthday, and we stayed in the presidential suite. It was amazing. My mom was so excited. They got to sleep in the, like, her and my mom slept in the same bed.
In like that king size bed
that Justin Bieber had slept in.
I'm pretty sure like Beyonce, the Queen.
Yes, the Queen.
Yeah, like a lot of big people stay in this room specifically.
Yeah. Oh, it was awesome. We ordered Chinese food too, and it was so fun.
Aww.
It was so fun.
We love you, Grandma.
Love you, Gram.
She's here with us. Okay. For me, this honestly is such an easy question to answer for me. And the most pain I've ever felt in my life was when I made the decision to walk away from my last relationship. If any of you know me personally, you would already know that I've shared this story on other podcasts, on YouTube videos, on Instagram, other things, but I was in a very committed relationship to a person for 5 years, and we were very briefly engaged, and it was that engagement process that really made me question, is this a person that I want to be my lifelong partner? And the answer was no. And when I decided I no longer wanted to be with this person, the way he treated me in the end was so terrible. And I basically had to start my life over completely. And that was the most painful thing. We had some cats together, and months prior to ending the relationship, I was telling him that I was kind of having these feelings. And we did talk about like, okay, well, if we were to break up, like what would happen with all the things? And obviously we're together and engaged. So we're like, that's not going to happen.
Right.
But hypothetically, he's like, well, you would get the cats and that would be it. Well, when the day actually came, I came back after I like told him I can't do this anymore. I gave him the ring back because that is the right thing to do. And he proceeded to take everything else, including the cats. So I think it wasn't the loss of the relationship. It was the loss of those cats that I thought were going to be with me in this new chapter of my life.
Yeah.
And I was just really sad and hurt that someone who said that they loved me and wanted to commit themselves to me just could treat someone like that in the end. So I'd say that was like the most pain. But when I talk about briefly of like discomfort comes growth, the amount of growth that came from me in the next like 8 months to a year after that,
unbelievable.
I was like a little flower stuck in a cocoon, and I couldn't get my little petals out. And then once that happened, I was like, oh, wow, this is what the world is like.
Yeah. It's a whole new world.
It's
is that
a
how it
whole
goes?
new world.
See why I don't sing? I'm never singing ever again.
You're welcome. So that was my pain.
Yeah, that's devastating. But look where you are now.
I'm in the healthiest relationship now. I have an amazing dog who I love ever so dearly.
He's so cute.
He's the best dog ever. And I still have the photos of my cats with me. And I've really worked through the process of like being okay with letting them go. They are with someone who loves them so much. Yes, did we have our ups and downs? And yes, maybe we didn't treat each other very well and all these things. But when it comes to those animals, he loved them so much. So I have no doubt in my mind that they are fat and happy and loved and get cuddles and play. And that's what gives me peace.
Yeah, totally.
Is knowing that they don't live in the ditch.
Yeah.
They're not being abandoned somewhere.
No, they're still loved and healthy and cared for.
They will be just fine. I just wish they were with me, but I digress.
All right.
Last level.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
If we were in a band, what would our name be?
That good vibe.
Okay, well, it can't be that.
Oh, what? Come on.
Maybe like
duh.
Yeah.
That would be like poppy, electric, kind of like feelsy music. Do you know what I'm talking about when I say feels music? Like
no.
Like beats that you put on that you're just like, ooh.
Oh, I see.
That
yes.
like sounds intoxicating. Yeah. Like that's the kind of music I could see it. Like a little DJ booth.
Yeah.
And you don't have to sing.
I'm not singing.
And we don't have to sing. AI. We can use some artificial intelligence to sing for us.
On stage too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It would be like Paris Hilton.
I'm going to play the clarinet. I played the clarinet in high school. That's
really
the only instrument I know how to play.
That's not the vibe I'm going for. But
I know, but it's gonna work.
You'll be in the front corner with your little.
Yeah. It'll be the best.
Okay, perfect. Oh wait, I have to. Do you have to answer that? Oh no, we both answered
the band
that.
name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Level 3. What do you think I fear most? I have a couple of fears, but I have one that I'm like.
Maybe I think because you have a history of kind of bad relationships, that maybe like one day you and Levi won't be, or you and your boyfriend won't be together anymore, or something will happen.
I definitely have had that fear before, and it does creep sometimes, but I've done a lot of work from my last relationship to this one. I've read a lot of books. I've gone to a lot of therapy, and just knowing that if it doesn't work out for whatever reason, that's just part of the story.
That's a good mindset.
It's just part of the like we talk about, you have to love yourself. You're the only person you live with, all these things. You cannot suction yourself onto a person and be like, this is my person forever and ever and always. Obviously, we talk to each other as though that's the situation, that's the path we're moving on, that's the direction we want to go, and we're going to always continue to work that way. But you just never know. You see people that are married for 25, 35 years and they just poof get a divorce.
Yep.
For whatever reason. So obviously it would crush me, and it is a fear of mine, but it's not the biggest fear. It's not the biggest fear. My biggest fear is getting stabbed to death.
Wow.
Like literally when I go for walks, I have this like little tiny whisper of a voice in the back of my head that's like, someone's going to come run up behind you and they're just going to stab you 1,000 times and leave you here to bleed out and die.
Oh my gosh, that is a little gruesome.
So that's why I'm like, I gotta keep either my phone on me. I have a big dog now, so I don't really fear that anymore. I'm like, no one's running up to me with a 4-year-old German Shepherd.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's not happening.
I have 2 questions, though. Okay. Do you wear headphones on your walk?
Not these big chunky ones. I have in the past, and I hate it. It really heightens up that fear.
Yes.
So I'll put a single earbud in.
Okay.
And if I am walking up to a person and they're walking this way, I always pause my music.
That's good. Do you also carry anything with you? Like little pepper spray or a little knife?
When I lived downtown, I was very diligent and made sure to only be outside during the daylight.
Yeah. For sure, downtown, for sure.
Yeah, I saw some questionable characters out there. I probably should have had something, but I never really, I felt okay. I felt okay with where I was. Where I live now, oh my gosh, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I'm like in suburbs of, it's a safe area over here. If I was to go walk like downtown New York, spray for sure. So what's your, what do I think your biggest fear is? Oh God. Well, I know you don't like bugs, but I don't think that's your biggest fear. Like spiders and stuff. I
definitely don't like spiders. But living by myself now that my man's working away, I've had to kill a couple, kind of gotten over that fear.
You've sent me like videos of big spiders and you're like, I need to burn down my house. I need to leave.
Haven't yet, but there may come a day where there's
what is your biggest fear? I don't know. This keeps coming to my mind, but it's like losing, like, you know, when you see people's lives just kind of slowly start to fall apart. I feel like that would be one of your fears. Like the business falls apart, and then the relationship falls apart, and then all of a sudden family shit falls apart, and then all of a sudden you're just like, how the fuck did I end up here?
I don't think I've really thought about that before. I mean, it definitely is a fear to have. Everything,
but it's not something
apart.
That consumes your brain. What's a fear?
I think the biggest one would be public speaking and having
hello
everyone,
public.
No, and this is crazy that we're doing this. Like, this is like kind of getting me like over that fear.
Yeah,
but I hate public speaking in front of a group of people. I hate it. my brain doesn't work. I don't know what to say. I'm sweating. I'm shaking.
I know. I remember last year you were coming up into a situation where you did have to speak publicly, and it was like, I think you had like 6 or 7 months notice of this event. Yeah. And I remember every day, every week, you're like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, I've been trying to type up my speech and my spiel, and I just like don't know. You were talking to your therapist.
Oh yeah. Every time
you're like, I need to pull the plug.
Yeah, exactly. Every time I would talk about it, I would be so anxious and I would be crying.
So are you going to give a speech at your own wedding?
I have thought, I think about that all the time, and I think it might be a bit easier because it's me and my man, and I just
and he'd do most of the speaking. He'd be like, I got you, baby.
Oh, 100%. I know I'd have to say some things, possibly the vows.
You'll just be like, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Bye. Drink lots of alcohol.
Let's party.
Yeah.
But
public speaking,
we're slowly getting over it, because I mean, this is gonna help a lot with my confidence in that.
Girl, I'm manifesting live shows.
Oh God.
And now Jordan is not going to sleep tonight.
And now I'm anxious.
Oh, not yet. Not even anytime soon. I just love the idea of it.
I'm going to have to be drunk AF.
Well, then free shows. People don't need to pay money to watch you be like, should we do another shot? Yeah. Oh my God, so funny. Oh, this was a fun,
that was fun.
In-depth level.
I'm definitely going to be thinking of like another band name later, and I'm probably going to text you about it.
100%. Text me later.
And then
we'll post it on our Instagram.
Okay, yeah.
What our little rock poppy band situation would be. Yeah. Lovely. Okay, last little section, and then we are going to wrap her up for today. But what is your self-care challenge, homework situation you want to do by next week?
Can I use the one that I was talking about for my habits that I want to improve?
Absolutely. We just talked about habits today, so what a great goal to have.
That's what I like when I was talking about journaling more.
Yeah.
I think that's what I want to work on and do it at least 3 times a week. Like little, like nothing huge, like every day I got to journal for 10.
Yeah, because that's like shooting for the moon. Like we don't need to do that yet.
No.
This little habit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to journal 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least
3 times
and
a
I
week.
want to sit outside while I do it too.
See? Habit stacking.
Bam, bam, bam.
Bam, bam, chicken.
Thank you, ma'am.
Something. Yeah. I was like, chicken dam? I'm like, that doesn't
Good
rhyme.
Good try.
It does rhyme, but okay, so mine is to finish my book.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because it's getting really, really good. And I'm like, want to know what happens. And I've always wanted to be a book girly that just like constantly reads books all the time, but I'm not a fast reader. So it's kind of hard. So my goal is to finish my book. I am just over the halfway mark. I think I have like 150 to 200 pages. That is so manageable.
Oh, yeah. And it's like a fiction too, like a romantic love story.
Ooh, it's got some spicy scenes.
We love that.
Every time I read it, I'm like, where's my man?
Let's go.
Where is he? Oh, too funny. Okay. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. So I hope it gave you some inspiration to tackle some of those habits, bring on some new habits in your life, and congratulate yourself on the habits that you already do.
Yes, for sure.
So
give yourself a pat on the back.
Let's give ourselves a little pat on the back.
Yep.
Yeah. We will catch you guys in the next episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, all the darn things. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.